and welcome back everyone to the video series dedicated show on MTV that is ready for the finals. That's right, we're talking about The Challenge Season 38, Episode 16, and we have done it. We have made it. TJ announced that we are going into the finals the next episode. We have our 4 teams prepped and ready to go, but before we can talk about the finals and all that good stuff, we have to start off where last episode left off, and that was Jordan and Nisa winning against Amber and Chauncey and getting to come back into the challenge house, and Jordan and Nisa are happy to be here. They know that the finals, everybody knows that the finals are right around the corner, and it's a telltale sign when in the editing we get so many team meetings between all the pairings, kind of reflecting of how they got here, what making the finals would mean to them, what just winning the game would mean to them. And we got to hear from Jordan and Nisa, Mariah and Fessy. We got to hear from Tori and Devin. We even got a spa day from Tori and Devin. And then we even get to see a little bit of Mariah and Bananas also talking with each other. Now this episode has a lot of banana talk in it. And most importantly, it's him being able to evade and get away from being thrown into elimination up to this point. We are on episode 16 and he is the only person to have not seen one elimination. We have Fessel talking with Jordan and Devin, kind of throwing Bananas under the bus. He's doing a calculated job, kind of putting Bananas' record out there, not trying to make him sound like the best player to ever played the challenge, or even the best player who is left in the game, but him being here and not seeing an elimination, being a 7-time champ, kind of almost waltzing his way into the finals, that and he has gotten to be a 7-time champ for a reason. And if we don't throw him into elimination soon, he could just make his way to another finals and possibly win this game alongside Nany. Jordan feels like Fessel has a good point in this, and even Devin is like, I would like to send Bananas into elimination. It makes no sense to have the most decorated challenger in the game still and have him not see one elimination the whole season on their way to the finals. So we get to the spa day between Devin and Tori, or the Dave spa day, and they are talking about what could they do if they were to win the next daily challenge. Devin brings up Bananas and Nany and how that is probably the smartest game move that they could do by sending Bananas and Nany into elimination, and Tori is not really on board for that idea. You could tell like she has her own formulation going on in her brain, and Bananas and Nany aren't really at the top of her target list. But that whole conversation is a huge foreshadow to what's to come later on this episode. Speaking of Bananas and Nany, we move to a conversation between them. This is where we get a funny moment where Bananas is like, I'm the only person that hasn't seen elimination. Don't tell anybody, but are all these people idiots? Because it doesn't even seem to register in their brain that I'm a 7-time champ and haven't seen an elimination. And him and Nany have a great laugh about how dumb everybody is. Everybody knows you have not seen an elimination. It's not like just gone past them, but I can understand why they're like, why haven't I seen an elimination? Very strange. But now everybody dons their challenge gear, meets up with TJ for this week's daily challenge called Frozen Senseless. In this daily challenge, the teammates are going to start at an ice bath and they're going to run in opposite directions, dig underneath a wall to get to their puzzle stations, and then have to reconvene in the ice bath to help solve the puzzles from one side of the daily challenge field to the other. The team that can recreate their 3 cubes wins this daily challenge, wins into power, and this is the most important daily challenge because, again, this is the last daily challenge right before the finals, and this is the only team who will be safe from either the draw or being sent directly into the elimination. Now, I found it very interesting that all the men decided that they were going to feel up the cubes and then be the ones to communicate what symbols are where on which cube to the women who will be setting up all the cubes. Devin feels very confident in all aspects of this daily challenge. He's cool with the ice water, talking about how he jumps into frozen rivers during the winter in Boston, and then he's a very detail-oriented person in his normal life. So he feels like he has a leg up in being able to communicate and figure out these puzzles and give the information to Tori, who we saw in an earlier daily challenge when there was 2 teams in that field day with Bananas, that it was an absolute disaster. Luckily, there's no blue, there's no purple. Another team that is excelling at this daily challenge, at least that's how I felt during the edit, is Olivia and Horacio. They seem to be working really smoothly together. They have great communication, whereas everybody else besides the 2 teams that I just spoke about, we're having a really tough time Fessel was giving too much information to Mariah, and I think some wires were being crossed. Bananas and Nani weren't able to focus because of how cold the ice bath was, and Bananas wasn't communicating properly to Nani, and then Jordan and Anissa weren't featured very much during this daily challenge. I don't think that they were close at all. Just looking at this edit, it felt like it came down to two teams, where it was Devin and Tori versus Olivia and Horacio. And by George, Devin and Tori didn't win a single daily challenge throughout this whole season, yet the last daily challenge, they were able to pull out this win. From seeing the first elimination on the season to then going through the whole season and then winning the final daily challenge, they were able to punch their ticket to the finals, even though TJ was not going to say it. He had a good joke about being like, you're one step closer to the finals, as everybody was kind of like on their toes waiting for TJ to say, you're in the finals. But he didn't say it. So now they go back to the challenge house and they're going to have to figure out who to send into the elimination, directly into the elimination. Devin is talking about Bananas and Nani over and over and over again, while Tori is really wanting to send in Fessel and Mariah. Now, Fessel and Mariah are a very strong team, physical-wise, but they also have really great endurance. During the mini-final, they absolutely crushed everybody. So that's in Tori's brain, that if Devin and Tori were around second place or up at the top, yet Fessel and Mariah absolutely wiped the floor with everybody, that is the strongest team. That is a team that poses the biggest threat to them. She wants to send Fessel and Mariah directly in, where Devin is thinking, yeah, but Bananas is a 7-time champ. Him and Nani work really well together, so they're going back and forth, back and forth. Before we can get to the interrogation, this is where we have Olivia and Horacio talking about what should they do. How can they try to get around being the direct vote? Because it's so easy to say the final rookie team name to go directly in, especially since they've seen so many eliminations on the season. Horacio is like, well, they really want to keep Jordan and Anissa safe. When we go in there and they ask us, who would we save if we were in the draw? We just say Jordan and Anissa's name. I'm sure they would want to save them anyways, but this gives them a leg up. And this is a good bonus because last week, Olivia and Horacio could have said Tori and Devin's name to send them into the elimination, but they didn't. They sent in Jordan and Anissa. So this gives them a leg up going into the interrogation to talk to Devin and Tori and maybe get a favorable outcome. We go into the interrogation when Olivia and Horacio definitely say that they would save Jordan and Anissa, which Devin and Tori are like, that's music to our ears. We didn't even have to coax them. Jordan and Anissa come in. They're fine. They're all good. The biggest thing that happens in this interrogation is Devin and Tori asking Jordan and Anissa for some vet experience help, asking who should they send into elimination? Should it be Fessel and Mariah or Bananas and Nani? They say, we can see both sides of the argument. Bananas never really said your name though. You guys are really, really close friends. So if you do say his name, this could seem like a very big betrayal. And Fessel and Mariah are really good. You know, that's kind of where they leave it up. It was always going to be Devin and Tori's decision anyways. Fessel and Mariah come into the interrogation and Devin says that there's hope. You know, you think that you're definitely going into elimination because we won? That's not the case. I'm not sold on sending you directly in because there is a 7-time champ still out here. Fessel keeps on bringing up that Bananas is a 7-time champ. He says this like over and over and over again because he is really trying to hammer it home like, you can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. He knows this is it. This is the final Hail Mary right before the finals. This is what he's been working up to. And he just knows that this is the only button he can keep on pushing, hoping that it just like somehow works out in his favor, you know? And then Bananas and Nani come in, say that they will save Jordan and Anissa if they were into the draw. And so it really comes down to who do they feel is the biggest threat going into the finals. Devin is still kind of unsure. At the bar scene, when we have Devin and Tori talking, and Devin wants to leverage any and all type of power going into the finals. Maybe these finals will have stages. Maybe these finals will have sabotages. And whoever Devin and Tori don't say between Fessel and Mariah or Bananas and Nani, that if they were to go into a finals, maybe in a phase they wouldn't sabotage them or give them something really gross to eat, you know? Devin is trying to think 10 steps ahead. Anissa and Olivia decide that they're going to talk and make a deal to save each other if they were in the draw. Whoever pulls the safe dagger, they'll save each other no matter who's the third option sitting next to them. And then Fessel talks to Devin, again, really trying to hammer it home like, we can't let Bananas even get to the finals. We can't let Bananas get another win because we'll look like idiots if we let a 7-time champ just waltz his way into the finals and get another win. We have a really fun moment here when we get back to the challenge house and Bananas calls Wes, right? All Stars 3, Wes is getting close to the finals. He's trying to get prepared, get some advice, and he calls Bananas. Now the roles have switched, right? Now it's Bananas kind of gearing up, trying to figure out what Devin's intentions are. Is he in trouble? So he calls Wes and has a good conversation. They're having a good time. Wes has like 50 different names on the bottom of the screen to describe who he is. Between Scumbag, he has a dog named Penny. He's Bananas' life coach, Bananas' best friend, Bananas' sidekick. It's all over the place. It's a really fun conversation to have in between all the different meetings, all the different reflections that the teams have had, all the different flashbacks that were in this episode. It was nuts. Fessel and Mariah are gearing up. They're giving a pep talk to each other. They want to go into this elimination, be ready, do it Orlando style, whatever the hell that means. I'm from Florida and I have no idea what that means. But speaking of this week's elimination, that's when everybody dons their challenge gear, heads down to meet up with TJ for this week's elimination, and Devin and Tori are now up. Who are they going to say? Fessel and Mariah or Bananas and Nany? And this is where we get a clear decision. Fessel and Mariah will be going directly into the final elimination of this season. Devin has come around saying that, yes, I think we should have taken a shot at Bananas and Nany, but Fessel and Mariah absolutely destroyed the mini final. And if the mini final is anything like the final, then we need to get them out ASAP. We need to really take that threat out of the game. We move to the draw where Bananas and Nany are up first to pull a dagger. I thought, well, this is it. Horacio and Olivia are going into the elimination because Bananas and Nany are first to pull a dagger yet again on this season. However, they pull and it is blank. Horacio and Olivia are up next. They pull and it is safe. 2 weeks in a row, they pull the safe sword, and this is where they have a decision to make. Horacio looks to be going off script and he even apologizes to Jordan and Anissa for sending them in last week. But this week, he is saving them and sending in Bananas and Nany into this week's elimination against Fessel and Mariah, called Bridget. As the teams were walking into the zone, there was this big old structure with a whole bunch of ropes and little pegs in the ropes. In this elimination, everybody's gonna have to climb up this rope ladder using only 3 rungs. They have to get all the way up to the top and press a buzzer. The team that can get all the way up to the top and press the buzzer first over the other team will win, stay in this game, and punch their ticket to the final. I have to say that this elimination is one of my new favorites. It was so gripping. I thought it was really, really fun. It took time. I want to know how long they were actually doing this elimination because it seemed like it would take forever. You can't be impatient, you have to have a strategy down, you have to have balance, and you can't let your anger get the best of you because there was a lot of big moments. I was on the edge of my seat at one point. I really felt like Fessel and Mariah really didn't have a chance in this one. At least Fessel really didn't feel like he had a chance in this one as he looked to be completely out of his element. He was kept on falling, he kept on dropping something, he couldn't really get off more than a couple of feet off the ground. Bananas crushed this. He went all the way up to the top. He was even trying to help Nany, which I'm with Nany. Shut the heck up. Let Nany do her thing. She knows what she's doing. She's got it. She's got a calm, cool head. She had to do it. Now, the one thing that I will say is that Nany had some heartbreaking moments and then a redemption moment during this elimination where she was so close to the top. She was like 1 or 2 rungs up at the top and she dropped a bar and had to go all the way back to the beginning. And then she got really close to the top again and then the rung fell out, but she was able to catch it with her foot, which I've watched this episode, I want to say multiple times now, and my jaw dropped to the floor every single time. I know what was going to happen, and I still thought that that was an incredible moment during this elimination. I thought Bananas and Nany put on a clinic. They were incredible. They did a fantastic job, and I'm so happy that everybody who made it to the finals has now seen an elimination, as Banana and Nany win this elimination and Fessel and Mariah have been eliminated. I have to say, for Fessel's first elimination loss, he took it extremely well. I really give it up to Fessel and Mariah. They played an incredible season. They did an incredible job. They made it so far in this game, made it this much closer to the finals, but came up short. And now, this is it. We got our 4 teams, and TJ announces that the next episode is the finals. We have made it to the finals. However, this is going to be a torturous finals. I mean, 100 hours? The preview said that this finals is going to be 100 hours. What are they going to be doing? Marching their way from Argentina back to the States? Like, how do you have that many activities for 100 hours? These finals are going to be one of the toughest in challenge history, I'm sure of. This is going to be torture to watch for what I heard is going to be 3 full episodes. 3 full episodes. But that is it for this week's episode. What did you think about this episode? Let me know down in the comment section below. What did you think about the daily challenge? What did you think about the elimination? What did you think about Fessel and Mariah playing in that elimination game? Did you think that they even had a shot during that elimination? Let me know down in the comment section below. What do you think about the 4 teams who have made it to the finals? Who are you rooting for to win? Who are you rooting against in these finals? As well as, what do you think about the 100 hours? 100 hours? That seems so over the top, but we'll have to wait to see what's gonna happen. I wanted to give a special shout out thank you to everyone who supports me over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to everyone who is watching this video up to this point. I'll be back really, really soon with more Challenge 38 content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.